I record this program, I do want to let you know that if you do not wish to appear in the recording, you simply have to leave your audio and video disabled at all times. Anything you put in the chat will not show up in the recording. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Kristen, you are welcome to take over.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome. It's so nice to be here for some chair yoga this morning. Let me get in my chair. My name is Kristen, and we will be going through some breathing exercises, some standing postures, some seated postures, of course, and hopefully you will feel better after we're done. So to start, please just come into a comfortable position in your chair. You can have your hands in your lap or down by your side, it doesn't matter, and feet firmly planted on the floor if that's possible for you. Roll your shoulders down and back and close your eyes. It's always nice to take a few moments to ground yourself, become aware of your surroundings, any sounds that you might hear, the temperature of the air, any smells that you might smell. And then very slowly and subtly, begin to shift that focus inward. Become more aware of how your feet feel on the ground, how your hips feel seated in the chair. Notice your shoulders if they're slightly rounded forward, and see if you can pull them back and notice how that opens your chest, also aligning your spine a little bit more. Notice if you're craning your neck forward, which is a habit that we have. Gently push your chin back and feel that straighten out your neck. Take a big breath in and very slowly let it out. Very gently begin to open your eyes, and hopefully you feel a little bit more calm and ready to go. We're going to start with a breathing exercise. We're going to do 5 deep breaths sitting in our chairs, and we're going to incorporate arm movements with it. So bring your arms out by your side with your palms facing up. Every breath, ideally, we're going to go a little bit deeper, but you do what's comfortable for you. Breathe in, stretch your arms up toward the ceiling, and gently look up toward the ceiling. And then very slowly breathe out, palms facing down, stretch your arms out and then down toward the ground. Empty completely. Breathe in, try to go a little deeper, fill up your entire body. Breathing through your nose, exhale, turn your palms over, slowly stretch your arms out and down. Another one just like that. Breathe in, stretch your arms up, fill up your lungs completely. Exhale, palms facing down, very slowly empty your lungs all the way out. And last one, inhale, stretch up, look up, breathe in a little bit more. And exhale all the air out. A great way to start your day is that breathing exercise. Let's get a little bit more movement with our bodies. Please interlace your fingers behind your head. Keep your elbows out wide, and then just gently tuck your chin into your chest. Keeping your spine nice and long, roll your shoulders down and back, and then gently apply a little bit of pressure against the back of your head, feeling a stretch in the back of your neck, maybe down between your shoulder blades. Use your breath, so every inhalation, lift your chest. Every exhalation, maybe you can push your chin toward your chest a little bit more. Then slowly take your left hand over your head toward your ear, stretch your right arm out to the right, and gently pull your ear towards your shoulder. Being mindful that you're not scrunching up this shoulder here. You're creating space. That yoga is all about creating space in the body. So shoulders down, stretch your arm out to the side to increase the stretch in the side of your neck. Big breath in and out. And please switch sides. So whatever side you did before, we're going to switch. Hand up and over towards your ear. Stretch your arm out to the side to increase the stretch. Being mindful your shoulder is down. Big breath in and out. Breath in and out. And release. Hands back in your lap. And now, starting at the head and working our way down, we're just gently going to do some neck rolls. So tuck your chin into your chest. Feel free to close your eyes if that feels good. And just gently make circles with your head, feeling the stretch. You might hear a few little pops. You might notice that you feel tension in your neck or your shoulders. And maybe you were not aware of that before we started doing these circles. That's totally normal. And once you go one way, then it's important to go the other way. And release. All right, now shoulder rolls. Big rolls with your shoulders forward, really exaggerating the motion. So when your shoulders go forward, think about stretching the back muscles. When your shoulders pull back, think about opening up the chest. And we'll go the opposite way. So reverse. And relax. And now with your hands on your knees or on your chair, whichever one you like, we're going to do a few rotations with our torso. So pull your chest forward, go to the side. Those big circles, we're just repeating that motion, but using our waist. When you go back, pull your belly in and stretch your lower back. When you go forward, pull your shoulders back, open your chest. Use your breath. As you exhale, you go back. As you inhale, you come forward. Exhale and inhale. I always like this one. I feel a stretch in my lower back when I do this, especially in the morning. And now reverse. Whatever side you did before, you go the opposite way, creating balance in your body. And come back up through center. And now we're going to do a side body stretch. So take your hand either to your chair rail if you have an armrest or down to the side and bring your arm up and over. Look up toward the ceiling and that will create space between your chin and your chest. So never wanting to collapse, always trying to lift up as much as you can and then pull your arm up and over to the side, feeling a stretch in the side of your torso, which we will mimic and repeat this as we stand as well. Take a big breath in. And out. And now we'll work it into a twist. So slowly bring your hand either to your armrest or to the outside of your knee, or to, like me, I don't have an armrest, to your chair. Take your other hand back behind you. We're going to work into a twist using our breath. As you inhale, stretch up out of your waist, draw your belly button in toward your spine, and then as you exhale, look over your shoulder twist. And you can use your hands here for a little bit of an added twist. Breathe in, stretch up, belly in. Breathe out, look over your shoulder twist. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out and twist. We'll do the other side. Come back through to center and bring your hand either to your chair, to your armrest or to your chair. And we'll do the side body stretch. Look up toward the ceiling, lift your chest, pull your arm up and over. Feel the stretch in the side of your body. Big breath to lift your chest. As you exhale, pull. And then slowly across the body, either to your armrest or your chair, other hand back behind you. Breathe in to stretch up. Breathe out, look over your shoulder twist. Also, too, if you have tight shoulders like me, you might feel a stretch in the front of this back shoulder, and that feels really good, and it's normal as well. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your shoulder twist. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out and twist. Untwist, come back through to center. Let's work our way down. So come forward in your chair just a little bit, and we're going to do some hip rolls using our knee as a guide. So go ahead and interlace your fingers over your knee, and we're going to continue that motion with the circles. So as big as you can, knee rolls in, take your time. So that big ball and socket joint through the hip, we're just moving that around, getting the synovial fluid working, lubricating that joint. And then we'll do the opposite way. Always using your breath as a guide, especially if you have any injuries. If your breath starts to if you lose it, you know that you've probably gone too far, and you just take a step back. All right, let's do the other side. Drop that knee down, drop that foot down, grab a hold of the other knee. Big circles. Loosening up that joint. And reverse. And then we don't want to forget the farthest reaches of our body, our wrists and our ankles. So we'll start with the ankles first. You can lift your legs up, and as you lift your legs, you're actually going to be toning these muscles, the quads, right, to lift your legs up. But now, getting our focus off of that, although we're still going to keep it, do some rolls with your ankles. And even when we do this with kids, kids will always say, oh, my ankles are popping, and that's normal. You're going to probably hear a few snap, crackle, pops. That's okay. You never want to feel pain, but loosening those up does usually require a little bit of sound. And then we'll do the other way. All right, plant your feet back down to the ground, and now we'll do our wrists. So big circles with your wrists. And the other way. All right, great. We will work our way up to standing now. So please stand up. If that's not an option for you, you can do these in your chair. That's fine as well. We're still going to mimic that side body stretch, but now we're going to stand and do so. So now we'll increase that stretch all the way through the side of your body. You can stand with your feet together, or if balance is an issue for you, you can have your feet about hip width distance apart. That will make you more stable. Shift your weight a little bit into your heels, lift up out of your waist, and remember your good form and posture. Draw the lower belly up and in, glutes slightly engaged, even though we're standing, right? So just squeeze your glutes and stretch up. Try to create as much space as you can in your lower back and your belly. Now take a big breath. We did this while we were seated. Inhale, stretch up, grab your wrist with your hand, and let me change my computer screen so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Inhale, stretch up, grab your wrist with your hand, keep your chin up just like we did when we were seated, and pull your arm up and over. But now your hips can get involved a little bit. You can push your hips out to the side, and you'll feel a stretch now from underneath your arm, all the way down your torso, all the way down your hips, maybe even through the outer leg. Big breath in, breathe out, continue to look up just like you did when you were seated. And slowly come up. Let's do the other side. So grab your other wrist, take a big breath, lengthen. Draw the belly in, squeeze the glutes, stretch up as tall as you can, and then pull your arm up and over. Remember, your gaze is up. This will keep your chest lifted and your form nice and lifted. Take a big breath in and breathe out, pull. And slowly come up, arms down by your side, roll your shoulders down and back. Okay, we'll work into a few warrior postures or 2 warrior postures and then a couple of balancing postures. Remember, if you're in your chair, you can do all of these. The warrior in the chair, you're going to come forward and it's going to look like this with your legs. If you are standing, your right leg is going to go forward, your left leg is going to go back, and you lunge. So remember, a short warrior, and I'll show you from the side, a short warrior, which means you're not lunging very deep, right? That is a good choice, especially if you're newer to yoga. If you want to slowly increase the intensity, you lunge down a little bit deeper. Always being mindful that your knee is over your heel. You want to be able to see your toes in front of your knee. That protects your knee, so you're not doing too much pressure, getting too much pressure in your knee. And then warrior one, arms stretch up over your head. So you're building strength as well as flexibility through the legs in this lunge. Take a big breath, look up, exhale, and open your arms to warrior two. We're going to do this 3 times. This is shoulder rotation as well as standing in this lunge for a while. Ready? Inhale, arms up, stretch up. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. Inhale, arms up, stretch up. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. 2 more. Inhale, arms up, stretch up. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Release. We'll do the other side. So now switch sides. Decide how deep you want to lunge in your warrior. Also, too, and you can see this from a forward motion, you want to make sure that your one heel is in line with this hip, your other heel is in line with this hip, and that will allow you to push that back hip a little bit down and forward. You never want to feel it in your knee. You might feel a little stretch in your ankle, and as long as you're okay with that, I'm okay with that. And then make sure that you can see your toes in front of your knee. Inhale, stretch up for warrior one. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. Inhale, arms up, stretch up. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. Inhale, arms up, stretch up. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. 2 more. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, warrior two. Last one. Inhale, big breath, stretch up out of your waist. Exhale, open your arms, warrior two. And release. Come forward. All right, we'll do a couple of balancing postures. The first balancing posture that we're going to do is extended leg raise pose. You can hold on to your chair if you would like, or maybe you're challenging yourself and not holding on to your chair, but knowing that it's there if you need it. Shift your weight to your leg and bring your right knee up and hold your knee. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you can put your hand on your hip, or you can keep your hand planted onto your chair. Find one spot to focus on, and remember, we're always moving with our breath. Push your big toe down of your standing leg, draw up out of your waist. The firmer your core, the better your balance is going to be. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, open out to the side. If you're seated in your chair, you can do the same thing, just opening the knee out to the side. And then slowly bring it back to the center, and then see if you can let it go and hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Other side. So if you didn't need your chair, you can stay right here, or you can go to the other side of your chair, just so you know you have it there for balance. Shift your weight to your other leg. Bring your left knee up, hold your knee. Pull the belly in, roll the shoulders down and back, hand on your hip or resting on your chair for balance. Take a big breath in. Exhale, open your legs slowly out to the side, challenging your balance. Slowly bring it back to the center, and then see if you can hold it up there. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. You could shake your legs out a little bit if you need to, and then we'll finish off the standing with the tree. Well, actually, before we go into tree pose, let's do a few toe raises or heel raises. So you can either come to the side of your chair or the back of your chair, and we're going to work on the strength of our calves. So we've done this before, I know, seated. You can either do it seated or you can do it standing. You're simply going to raise your heels up. So make your feet hip width distance apart. Inhale, come up on your toes. Lift your heels up. Exhale, drop your heels down. See if you can lift your toes up. Inhale, toes down, heels up, working through the calves. Exhale, heels down, toes up. Inhale, toes down, heels up. Exhale, heels down, toes up. One more. Inhale, heels up as high as you can. Come on the balls of your toes. And exhale, heels down, toes up. Not only strengthening calf muscles as we do this, but also increasing range of motion through your ankles through that motion, through the toe raises. So, all right, so now we're ready for tree pose. Shift your weight to your left leg. Your foot can go onto your ankle as a little kickstand. or you can progress to your calf muscle, or you can progress all the way up to your thigh. You just want to avoid your knee. Your knee shouldn't go in that direction. And then you bring your hands together in the center of your chest. Come back to your breath. Come back to your strong core. Breath in and out. And then slowly stretch your arms. Big breath in and out. Slowly begin to look up. And we'll do the other side. Shift your weight. You'll notice one side usually is better than the other. That's normal. Kickstand, calf, or thigh. Hands in prayer. Take a big breath in. Let it out. Find your spot to focus on. And move when you're ready. Stretch your arms. Pull the belly in. Stretch up out of the waist. As you inhale, maybe you decide to shift your gaze up to challenge your balance a little bit more. And then as you get better at this, you can also engage in some movement. So you're kind of going to that very edge where you feel like you might fall out, and then you recover your balance. Obviously, a really good skill set to have, especially as we get older. Being able to recover if we feel a little bit, unbalanced, or if you're walking downstairs, always a good thing, a good skill set to have is coming back to your sense of balance. All right, both legs down. You can go back into our chair. So we did our warrior postures, we did our flexibility, worked from our head all the way down to our toes. We have a few minutes left and we'll do some breathing exercises, kind of to calm ourselves. Breathing exercises, one of the things we all know intellectually that when we are in moments of crisis or high stress, or an argument even, or a confrontation, we all know that taking a deep breath and stepping back for a second is a good thing to do. However, just because we know that intellectually does not mean that we actually will be able to practice it when the time comes. And so one of the reasons why we do breathing exercises every time we do yoga is to have that skill set in your body, fixed, ingrained in your body, so that when you do have those moments of stress or crises or whatever else, it comes to you instinctually. You take a deep breath. Unless it's something that a skill that we practice on a regular basis, even though we know it's good for us, it usually doesn't happen. And so when we come here in yoga and we practice it, hopefully it becomes a little bit more a part of your everyday routine. So we're going to do a couple of breathing exercises. The first breathing exercise that we're going to do is a 4 square breathing. And the way that you do it is it makes a square. You're going to breathe in as I count to 4. You're going to hold your breath as I count to 4. You're going to exhale as I count to 4. And then you're going to hold as I count to 4. Now, the most important thing is you want to be comfortable. So if for some reason this is not comfortable for you, then you just do steady breathing, right? If you can, and you would like to try, then we'll do it together. Roll your shoulders down and back, sit up nice and tall. Feel free to close your eyes if you'd like. Take a big breath to get ready. Let it out. And begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Take a big breath in. Let it out. This next one, we're only going to do one set. It's a little more challenging than that 4 square breathing. And actually, it's not a yoga breath. It was developed by Dr. Anthony Weir, And some of you might have seen him on PBS. He used to be on PBS all the time. And so one of the things, and it makes sense if you think about it, when we get surprised or caught up in something, like imagine you're walking into a surprise party for you, right? Our tendency is to go, ah, and hold your breath, right? Those are moments of excitement, and that's good tension, but it's still tension, right? And then when we want to release, it's the exhale. So what he argues, and yoga supports this, is anytime you're trying to calm yourself down or increase your flexibility, they kind of go hand in hand. You want to focus on the exhalations. So this breath is called 4-7-8 breathing. The 4 is how long we're going to inhale. The 7 is how long we're going to hold. And then the 8 is how long you exhale. It takes some time. It also takes some planning, right? So you're going to have a forceful inhalation because it's only 4 counts, and then a long, slow exhalation. And I'll go ahead and tell you, when I first did it, it was difficult. So if it's difficult for you, that's fine. It's something we can work up to. So roll your shoulders down and back, and we'll do one breath like that. So close your eyes if it feels good. Take a big breath in, let it out, and begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Big breath in and let it out. I hope you enjoyed this session of chair yoga. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I look forward to our next session. Hands together in the center of your chest. Another big breath in. Let it out. All that is good within me honors and is grateful for all that is good within you. Together we say, Namaste.